Good morning all. We'll look at the stop loss clusters for some of the major pairs, and I won't make it a particularly long video. We'll just look at some USD crosses because we had a big move yesterday, and whether or not it was warranted, you know, that we could say that they shorted it, so then therefore, you know, it could become a buy. So there is the sentimental logic for the big move, but we'll just look at some dollar crosses just to see whether or not this is going to be sustained. We can see that they've gone long on EU. So this little move here might be like a fake candle. I think we are sell at the high level dynamically, you know, they're buying the dip. So resistance overhead in this big candle wick at 105.60, so this might come into play. The SLC above is far away at 107 and the one below is at 104.51. Let's look at GU. Well, like I say, we'll just look at the dollar crosses today. We're not going to look at yen, because otherwise it will be a long video. GU, so let's me load it. There's the big move. We'll take these guys off again, and you know, they shorted it. So there's a huge move, big move. One above is at 124.10, and the one below is at 119.10. We've got monthly support 1 now. And so really, like I say, we should be falling. Maybe think about a short below 122.83. Going to be very tricky today. And also we've got some macro news about the ECB. They had their emergency meeting and they might be deploying some tools, which might be a bit of a USD issue. It might be quite bullish for the euro, and it might be bad for the dollar. It's not going to be QE, but it's going to be to do with bond yields in the Eurozone. So fundamentally the dollar might weaken, so we have to be very careful. So GU's got monthly support 1, and so if you were looking to short, you'd want it below that. Okay, let's look at AU, and we'll do the NU as well. So AU's fallen, so we are sell at the high level. We'll take these guys off again, and they shorted it, so we should be coming up dynamically. So it's a bit tricky. One above is at 70.68, one below is large at 69.59, and your monthly pivots there, your monthly supports there. We had that wick right on it there, you can see. MS1, NU, and one above is at 64.02, and the one below is at 61.75. We are still at the high level. You can see how they've gone long on the average line, and so this move here is a bit naughty. So we, you know, they got paid. You can see how they've gone long, but yet price went up. So this is quite a naughty price action here. So this should be continuing to fall if we look at the sentiment. However, it may be worth noting that you know, how we could argue we've peaked. You know, you can see like a plateau. You know, if we continue down, we'll come up. So there's your MS1. So 62.99. So maybe a good long above that, but sentimentally not so good at the high level. Maybe okay in the dynamic, which is your time component. So if you sell it, if you see it come down, we'll be doing like a U, like a flat U, see? And if it, you know, comes down, we'll come up. So that's tricky. You've got your level there, so maybe, yeah, you probably want to be careful, really. I'd probably recommend coming back on Monday. Dollar CAD's been a buy on our spreadsheet for ages, since Monday. So, you know, there's that move, so that's good. MR1 is at 129.41. The SLC above is at 1.3. On the dot, big liquidity, huge. That's massive, actually. One below is at 128.55, so I think this is possibly likely. And the reason for this wick is that maybe they want that stop loss cluster to be bigger, and they want to like prolong the agony. If they know that price is going to come up eventually, why not wait for that to get a bit larger, induce more positions, get that liquidity larger, and then they'll really probe it, and then will fall. So that's the reason for the wick here. So I'm a bit suspicious about some of these dollar crosses. I think they're inducing positions in order to you know, to dump. Dollar Swiss, well, we knew about that. We are a sell at the high level. They've gone long, so then that's a dynamic sell. There's your monthly pivot, which is technically bearish. One above is at 97.15, and the one below is at 96. So the dollar is strong now. On the Swiss is strong now, as you can see. Okay, so that's that, and we'll wrap up. Oh, actually, we could look at pitchforks as well. I'll do a look at pitchforks next week. They're quite useful. So on the hourly dollar Swiss, look at your median line, and there's your monthly pivot break as well, right there on the median line. So 96.58. So that's quite interesting. Anyway, come back to the SLCs, and lastly we'll look at dollar yen, and then that's it. I'll wrap up for the weekend. So MR2 133.79. I was saying we might get to MR3, which is not that far away, to be honest with you. There's your SLC above at 134.65. One below is at 131.45. So the reason for the wick is that they want to induce positions and they don't want to take out the stops now, because it's still early on in the day. Why not wait for New York? You know, and then they can really rob in people's pockets. So it's all really, really naughty behaviour. And maybe we could quickly look at EU and GU on here, actually. EU. Oh, it's not formatted that well. Zoomed out quite a bit. So we've got the descending channel, 61.8 at 105.05. So I don't know how legit this candle was. I think it's naughty. And GU. I can't guarantee if this is going to look good on the pitchfork. So how are we looking there? There's 61.8. There's a confluence at 38.2. So that's going to be a good resistance or a good support at 122.81. See those lines converging? We've got a bearish ABCD as well. ABCD. So yeah, below 122.80 would be good for a short. So that's it. So I'll wrap up now. Don't want to make it a long one. I don't want to waffle too long at the end of the videos. So you got your levels. I think a lot of these moves are fake right now, so be careful. And I'll see you guys on the weekend. If I don't do the COT data on Sunday, I'll definitely do it for Monday. So have a great one. I'll speak to you soon.